Hey, what's up, everyone? How's everyone today?
Hello, sir, again
Yeah,
from yesterday.
Hello.
and I'll see you tonight, I'm sure. How you doing, Miss Susan?
I'm doing good. I just can't
Good.
figure out how to change that background. It looks terrible.
It is tricky, honestly. I don't ever mess with it, but I know it can be a challenge. I think if you are you on your phone or your computer?
On the tablet.
Oh, okay. There's a video button there on the bottom left that should have an arrow pointing up, and you can adjust the background there.
Hmm.
But if not, no big deal.
Okay, okay.
All
Just know that
right.
my walls aren't blue.
Yeah. Well, I can tell it's a background, so you're safe.
Okay.
All right. Well, I see some familiar faces and some new ones. So welcome everyone. This is the Thursday weekly call. This call is basically for you guys to ask questions or um, sometimes I've done different things like role playing or comping or doing some live calls. So really, whatever you guys would like. A few announcements. Obviously, we have this call going on right now. Tonight, Ron has his a group call at 7 p.m. Eastern, which you should have received the email for with the link in that. We do have commercial boot camp coming up 13th to the 15th, I believe. Actually, that's not right. Sorry, should have been prepared because I think they changed the commercial. Pretty sure. I think it got changed to the 27th, I think. I'll find that date before, but then we have the residential one, quick start here, November 19th through the 22nd. That is the one we are doing the bus tour on. So be my first bus tour. I'm looking forward to it. So if you guys can make it, it'd be awesome. But enough with all that stuff. So what can I do today to help you guys or answer any questions or whatever? No one? No one's got anything?
Yeah,
If
Adel.
no,
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Um, I know Ron touched on that yesterday about the um, inbound lead gen on
Hmm.
Facebook that you were diving into.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something I need to get better at. What was that something for only those in the next boot camp or what? Could you speak to that question?
I guess I don't know what you're asking me. Am I going to
Um,
be doing a training on it, you're saying?
yeah,
God,
or
he
you
did
could
mention
speak
that. Yeah.
or you could speak to some of that. I really have to get better at inbound marketing. That's where I'm stuck.
Yeah. I am preparing some sort of training for it. When? I don't have an not exactly sure, but I am working on putting together something to kind of assist people and just setting up some ads to start running paid ads for sure. It's really not that difficult of a process. The difficulty or the hardest part of it is creating the content to put in the ads, but I also have kind of like a hack around that too. If you don't want to be on camera and do all that, there's other ways you can create videos. So I am working on something to do that. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
yeah, I'm kind of not really a tech guy. I really don't like it, honestly, to be honest. Uh,
yeah,
and it's just not my thing,
yeah.
so you avoid it. That's what
Of
happened.
course. Yeah,
My thing, that's what you avoid it. And it's like, well, you can only avoid it for so long until, I really need to get better at that. So that's good. Uh,
yeah. No, up until I've been running the ads now about 30 days, 45 days, and up until that point, I had never made a video in my life. So I'm with you. And I'm not a social media guy. I wasn't, but I kind of forced myself to kind of learn that. I go down. I have an obsessive personality at times. So when I figure I get something, I'm like I go down a real dark hole with it. So I spend a lot of time really learning it and how to use it. And I'm sure I'm just barely even scratching the surface of that. Right? I keep finding more and more tools that are better and better. But yeah, just start with Chat GPT. That's the basic level. Just start working with it every day. Every day. There's not a day that goes by now that I don't ask that thing a question, right? It should be kind of your assistant and just start communicating with that And then you'll start to see what it's capable of doing, and it'll start sparking some ideas of how I can create some stuff that I don't like doing. It can do it for you. You know,
Right.
I don't know if I've gone over the free, like the posting the free ads on Facebook. I don't know if I've ever done that with the group chat here or the group call. Um,
I don't know, but
you
those, the
know,
one you're working on is like the paid version.
yeah, it's a paid ads. And I can show you the free stuff that I'm doing, and I can kind of get in a little bit into the paid stuff, if you like.
Yeah, like
Um,
what's kind of like a budget for that the paid Facebook
um,
version?
I mean, you can kind of set your own. They charge you by the impression. So the more money you spend, the more impressions you're going to get. An impression meaning somebody saw your ad, basically, right? They were scrolling, popped up, whether they clicked on it or not, they saw it, basically. So we're just spending $10 a day right now. So 300 bucks a month. Well, we're doing two different campaigns, so technically 600 bucks a month, but you could do 300 bucks a month and easily get, if you're doing nationwide, that is. If you're just doing nationwide, you could probably get 20 leads in a month doing 10 bucks a day, but they're also going to be all over the country, and they're going to be in some small rural areas. That's the problem I'm having. Problem I'm having now is not getting leads. It's not even getting quality. They're quality leads. They're filling out a survey. They're telling me they take nothing down. They're doing all that, but it's in a town of 500 people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I would do with that. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of
Right.
where so now I've refined to where I'm targeting to really narrow it down to like 40 or 50 cities in major states based on population. So I'm going to get less leads that way, right? Because my target market is shrunken by a lot. But I'd rather get quality leads in good locations than quality leads in a bad location, and that means getting less leads. Then I'll do that because I just want better location in it. So did that make sense? What I was saying?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going to put money out there, it's like I'd rather have 10 quality leads than 100 that just, how much is my house worth, that kind
Yes.
of thing.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
just want to kick the tires. It's like,
So I basically have them pre-screening themselves by click my ad, bring it to a survey. The survey is 20, 25 questions, and ask them, hey, if I were able to give you full price for your house, but I was going to make you a monthly payment and cover all the repairs. Basically, what the script is, in a sense, would you be open to doing that? Yes or no? They say yes, then it goes into the mortgage. Hey, this is how it works. If they say no, well, hey, listen, if we're going to buy cash, it has to be at a significant discount. What is the absolute least you take? And literally ask. So when I get the survey filled out, it's already done. Most of the questions already answered. I just have to call and verify that they understand exactly what terms is or how the process works and all of that. And so it's made it a lot easier, honestly. Like, um, doing it that
yeah,
way, they
absolutely.
pre-screen it. And the end goal here is to eventually have the chat bot even handling all that right now, because I'm having to respond to a lot of text, right? Because they're getting messages from me automated, but I don't have an automated response system yet. I'm being able to send out automated text throughout the process. You give me your information, you're going to start receiving text and emails from me pretty instantly, all automated, right? But how do you respond to those answers? So that's the next step in the evolution of like doing is getting chat bot to handle that part of it. But
Yeah.
where
Right.
everyone on this call could start today, really, if you wanted to just get acclimated to social media and how to use certain tools and stuff, you could let me share my screen really quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
You could do something along the lines of, okay, so when you create a business page through Facebook, you got to have an individual account, and through that you create a business page. It's super simple, it's free. And when you set your page up, then you get access to the Meta Business Suite here. Through the business suite, this is where you can post all your free post kind of on almost 100% automated to a degree. Because you have this planner here, so you could really, what I do is I sit down one Saturday a month towards the end of the month, and I'll plot out my whole month's calendar of posts and videos. And since Meta owns Facebook and Instagram, I went ahead and created an Instagram business page too, and you can link them here and all in one spot. See how you see the Facebook and Instagram? So they're linked together, and I could just make the one post for each day I want to post for both platforms. So you don't have to create double the work. And a lot of these posts center around just your traditional, well, that's a rehab we did that I posted. Let's do this one. So nothing crazy. Fall's here. Time to fresh start. Let us help you sell your home fast before the holiday rush. Boom. Put a picture there. That's it. With some hashtags, some things. I know what you guys, some of you thinking are like, God, I've never even made a post on Facebook. I don't even know what an emoji is. I don't even know what a hashtag is, right? Whatever. So the workaround for that is then you go to chat, right? And I'm going to just do a basic prompt. The prompt in the chat GPT is how you communicate. The better your prompt is, the better results it's going to output. So the more detailed you are with the input, what you give it, the better the output will be. And that's really a good metaphor for life, right? The better you communicate to your prospect, the seller, of what you want, the better responses you could get back from them. So I want a 30-day content calendar. I want to post 3 to 5 days per week, include the text, hashtags, and emojis. I don't know how you spell that. Emojis, maybe. I want 1 video a week and the rest images. For the videos, provide me provide me a script. So I use a platform called Creatify. So you can, and I can go in further on that later, but it's just the video making tool I do by putting a script into it. And I'll show you that here in a second. Provide me a script to make the videos in Creatify. Provide me the prompt to put into Midjourney. Midjourney is another thing I'll show you. It's a photo making thing. All right, that's a pretty vague prompt. You can go as deep or as you want with that, or as granular as you want to get with it. Again, the more detailed you are, the better. So that's a basic thing. 1 input, 3 to 5 days, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so hit it and let it do its thing. It'll give you everything you need. All right. So it gives you the caption, gives you the day one, gives you all the hashtags, gives you some emojis, gives you the prompts you needed. All right. So I can already see that there's a problem here for me. So I want to stop this and I just want the text. Do not include title, scenes, titles or scenes.
How did you just stop that mid thing?
Right here as a little stop button. So I can stop at any time.
Okay.
In the little bar there. Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. So then you can kind of, so it starts pumping out all of this, all of these things for you here.
Why did you say that you actually looking for a house seller? Because you started your script with, I want a 30-day content calendar.
Oh, yeah. Good. And very, very good point. The more that you use chat, it's going to start to know who you are, who your name is, what you do in business, who you work for, whatever you start, all the data you're putting into it, it's just going to retain that. So at the beginning, you're absolutely right, Josh. You should have put, I'm a real estate investor. I'm looking to attract people in distress, yada, yada. Very, very good point. I don't have to do that anymore because this chat that I log into knows me already. So now I can just ask it questions, general questions, and it knows exactly what. See, it even put the company name. I didn't mention anything about the company name, right? And it puts it for me already. So good point. This is your first time ever using it. You are going to have to explain to chat who you are, what you do, and all that other stuff, right? Okay. So for all the, it didn't give me I stopped at midway too. For all the pictures, give me prompts for Midjourney. And I'm going to show you how to create the content actually. Midjourney, videos, give me script or Creatify. Okay, so this is an ongoing process. You know, if you don't get the answers you want from the beginning, you just ask it again, ask it more questions and more questions and more questions until you get exactly what you want. And if you're asking the same question over and over, it's not producing the results you want, then you just have to rephrase your question. So I'm going to do this here. So it's giving me all the text. All I have to do now is basically copy this, come into Meta Business Suite, pick whatever day I want to post on, right here, plus sign here. Hit that, schedule post. Here, it's going to pull up this for you. Okay, it's going to release on 10 a.m. that day. That's fine. I'm going to take that text I just did. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to take all my hashtags and emojis here. I would probably rephrase it to get that emoji thing out of there just to make it a little easier. I'm going to come down to the bottom here, put my hashtags and emojis. All right, so now I just made a post pretty easily, pretty quickly. Now I want to add a picture to it. So I'm going to come back to chat. I'm going to take the copy and the prompt for there. Midjourney, this thing is $8 a month. And if you're making posts on it, it's well worth it. And you'll see why. So this is basically a hub to find any photos you want to find. So if you wanted to search for houses, you know, you could just search for houses and it's going to bring you tons of pictures that you can use for posting houses. Or you could take the prompt that chat gave you for Midjourney and enter it here, right? And it will create that for you. So it's creating it right now. And we'll come back to that. Creatify, another one that I use here. Okay, I'm going to create a short. You can create AI here. You can do URL to videos. I would usually create shorts. So then I can come back into chat. So here's the pictures it created for me. Based off the prompt that chat gave me, produced these pictures for me, right? Be careful when you include words in these. Sometimes they're not perfect images, right? And sometimes they're not going to give you what you want, and you just have to regenerate that. But I always found that the easiest way is just to do the Explore and just find one that's already made. There's plenty of pictures on here to pick a house. So we can pick whatever one house we wanted to pick. Let's say, hey, I like this photo. And use the image. No, click it. Save image. Okay, there. Save your image to your computer. Already have a bunch of pictures there. Save it. Come back to your suite. Add your photo. Upload from desk. Photos, doesn't really matter which one. I think it was this one. There you go. So you create a post and you just do that 15 or 20 times. Take a Saturday, take an hour, hour and a half. You create 15 of these and you put it on Autopilot. You schedule it and it's going to post for you now. So when you go to your planner, so again, that's what I was saying. It's not 100% automated, but it's as automated as I know how to get right now. 1 day a week, come through here, plot your post out, make your page fun. Hey, this was National Dessert Day a couple days ago, right? So I made a post. I didn't want to make it about real estate, so I can make it about dessert day. All right, so National Dessert Day, find a picture of some photos, make it fun, whatever, right? Through this process here, you'll have insights to how much people you're reaching. So since September 18th, about a month now, I've reached 3,100 people. Got about 3 minutes worth of views. Instagram, same thing. Right, reached 200, a little less on there. I think like I got 45 followers now on the page. I didn't do anything besides make these posts. So people are following my page because they're liking my content, which was only going to help the algorithm show my ads more. So it gives you all the insights that you have for your post and you know where you stand compared to others, and you can do results again. So it gives you all the data for that. And if I wanted to create that video, like we said, I can then image video script right here. Take this script it gave me, copy that. I'll go to my Creatify here. Again, this is like 25 bucks a month. Midjourney is like $8 a month. This is free with Meta, right? So these aren't like breaking the bank. I'm gonna put my video in there. It's gonna render. You can pick whatever theme you want in there. That's going to take a little time, But yeah, so that's kind of how I use this as far as the free posting, right? And it's cool. And in this process, you're going to learn how to make content to a certain degree and how to use chat, right? And then so again, it has every post for you here. All you have to do at this point is copy and paste it and put a couple videos and photos on it, right? Don't let foreclosure catch you off guard. Boom, copy paste that with the hashtags. Here's my prompt here. So if I want to put that, I can go to Midjourney, put it. So here's a video. It created literally right here in 30 seconds. And
at Jack's Home Deals, we specialize in buying houses with ease. Whether you're dealing with foreclosure, relocation, or just need to sell quickly, we've got you covered. No banks, no repairs, just a smooth process. Reach out today for a no-obligation offer.
So it's not perfect, right? Some words are misspelled. So in here, you already have the video, you have the text, you have the music, you have the captions, you got everything. All you just got to do is maybe change the photos that you don't like the same way I just showed you. And then you have a video right there in 2 minutes. That was super simple, classy, nice, good enough to get the job done, right? So it's really that simple. I know it probably was a lot for some of you, but that's just basically copy and pasting from here into this different software and then letting it do its thing.
Now Adel, do you have a landing page? Could you on there so they put all their info in, like phone number, email, so you have that for later on?
Yeah. So when they click on it, it brings them to this page right here.
Oh, awesome.
From here, so if they put their phone number, they got their, this is coming from Facebook. So there's already some information asked on Facebook as far as the address and name and stuff. So when they come here, I just need the phone number, I need bed and baths and this, and it's going to ask them a lot more questions. I got to go through the process to do it, but it's going to ask them a ton more questions after that. But if they just stopped here, I'll at least have their phone number and their information to then call and follow up with them. So that's what that my ad is leading them. Now these posts on for free are not leading anywhere. They're just leading to my business page, and from on my page, you know, I have my website and stuff like that. But I probably could put a thing on to my landing page there. I don't see why not. It's not a bad idea that we're talking about it.
Yeah. And this is a business site that you set up, and that's the name of your
yes,
company,
yes, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All
this
right.
is all ours. Yep. And if
and
you
$10 a day, that's not bad.
Yeah, this is all free here, but the $10 a day comes into under the ads manager here. This will break down a little bit more exactly of what you're spending and how many leads you're getting. So this will load up as of October 1st. We have, let's see, 10 leads this month from all from ads. There are 2 different campaigns I'm running. One's nationwide, one's here, local area here. And spending, let's see, so far this month, I've spent $161 and got 6 leads at an average cost of $26.78 for this particular campaign. This campaign was about $40 for 4 leads, and it came to, oh yeah, $40 per lead there.
That's
which
cheap.
is, yeah, which is crazy, right? Like just as a comparison, last month we spent over $300 per lead on direct mail. That's per lead. That's not even like a deal or anything. That's just to get the phone to ring.
Oh yeah, I had a Zoom yesterday with Lead Zolo. I don't know if you know who they are.
Yeah.
If you watch RJ Bates on YouTube, that's who he uses. It's about $200 a lead, but they're quality leads. But you have to load up with like $5,000 in their account for you to get those leads, and it's wholesaling.
Yeah, there's a lot of them like that. I've not used Lead Zolo, but I know who they are. But I have used like iSpeed to Lead.
Yeah.
Very, very similar platform there, where basically they run the ads, they do the cold calling, they do the texting, they generate the leads, and then they sell the lead to you. Like this one's $200 right here to buy that lead. And you can kind of see some basic information. So if I wanted to go to like Duval, I think ours last time we were using them last year was like they were close to 300 bucks a lead, man. It was pricey.
Yeah.
Some of
But
these
if
are
you're
not.
getting the quality leads like you're advertising for, 20 to 40 bucks, that's really good.
Yeah, I don't know why it's only showing cash buyers. But yeah, I use them. There's a lot of sites like this one. iSpeed to lead, need to sell my house fast. I think Jay uses Liberty Leads. I think that's the one he uses. So I think they're worth a try, honestly. If you have the budget for it, to buy a handful of them and see how they treat you. Just depends on the market that you're in. Typically the smaller markets are going to be a little probably cheap. They will be cheaper and probably better leads than somewhere here in Jacksonville. There's just so much competition that it's a little more difficult. But yeah, that's another option for you to get leads. Another option that people really kind of sleep on, I think, is a good auction.com. If you go to auction.com, you can search your area, and it'll give you all the houses kind of going to. So all these houses are going to auction here. Let's do buying type.
So is that bank owned already? Auction.com?
No, you can do foreclosure homes. There are some that are bank owned on here, and some that are still going on scheduled to go. Let me see. Current bid, opening bid. And there used to be, I haven't been here in a while, but there used to be a place here where there was like leads that were not quite there yet. But I guess they don't have it anymore. It looks like that's the only time they have. But another workaround here is, and I use this site for a very long time, and every county is going to be different and where it's at. But this is where we would go to either clerk of the courts, where you go to bid on the foreclosure houses, like the houses that are going to auction. I can go to my calendar here. So now I don't have to bid. I can set my account. I'm not going to put any money in it. So now I have all of these houses that are here going to foreclosure. They're going to the auction next week, right? So there's free leads that are houses that are on the block. Like this isn't like, oh, they've missed 1 or 2 payments. These houses are gonna go to auction unless something is done by the homeowner or by someone comes and buys it on 10/23/2024, right? That might be a little bit too soon to market to them, or too late to market to them, but I can go to November. And now I can start marketing to people a month out. And I got addresses that all I have to do is skip trace them and call them, or I can send them letters. I can go day by day here, collect all these addresses that are going to auction, right? And create my own list, my own mailing list, my own calling list with houses that 100% know for sure they're on the clerk of the court website, are going to auction. And not all of these are going to be deals, obviously, but this is a good place to start. Within this area here, there's usually, for the most part, and again, you got to find yours for your county. There's quite a few counties here. If you're in Florida and Georgia, check it out. But tax deed is another good one. Same premise here. You are going to go to your calendar. Tax deeds are usually once a month, maybe one every other month or something like that. But now we have 50 different houses. Oh, this is live. They're doing it today, right now. People are buying houses here right now. Timer's on. People are bidding. Highest bid right now for this house, $50,000, $50,800. I used to do this every day last year, but it's a lot of work. I just want to pull the house up and see.
You got a minute left.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to see there's a bunch of gameplays here, man. The people will wait till it gets down to 5 seconds, right? You'll think there's so many houses I thought I won, and someone comes in. All they got to do is got $100 and it resets the clock. So they'll let you sit there, man. So someone's willing to pay $50K for this house right now, right? Boarded up. These are the kind of houses you get in the auction, right? Boarded up. Looks like some roof issues. This is a tough part of town. 32209 is one of the worst zip codes in Jacks. House, but it's 2,200 square feet. So that's a positive, huh? That changes a lot, actually. $50K for that size house is not a bad deal. Yeah. So all these houses are going live right now. They're doing the auction still. Damn, this thing starts at usually 8 a.m. I'm surprised it's going right now. 10:16. Yeah.
What's the site that you're on now? You're on the state site?
This is for it differs county to county. So
Okay.
you'd probably have to search your county, a blank county.
Actually, I'm right by the courthouse. I could walk over and get a list. I probably can.
Yeah, you definitely could walk over there and at least ask them where it's at online, or if it's close enough for you to go by there, once a month or once a week or whatever to go check it out. That's definitely an option.
Cool. Thank
So
you.
yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, so these are all leads. Again, I'll create my own list here. Like this is probably a lot, right? Or 0. I always look at the assessed values, right? If I see the assessed value, that's a house. 65 is a house. 80 is a house. Assessed value 6, that's probably a lot right there. That could be a lot, maybe probably a house, lot, right? So you can kind of go through there, and if you're interested in land, that's a good opportunity. There's a lot of lots. The majority of these on tax deed are lots. So for, another good site here to collect free leads, really. I don't know how I got on that one, but I think we started with a question from Michael about using technology, but went down that road. So I hope that was helpful.
One question is regarding the Facebook. When you do the free ad, where does the ad go to? Where do the ads go to? Who see them?
Facebook decides that. Like the more they're obviously going to go out to your followers, and typically it's all about the algorithm. It is. So the more people that you can get to like your page, view your page, the more impressions you're going to get from Facebook, basically. But I will say that being consistent over time, you'll naturally just get more and more. If you're consistently posting 3 to 5 times a week, it's going to start off really, really slow, but you're going to start to get some more impressions just because you're being consistent, and more people are going to start seeing it. You're going to get some more likes. You're going to get a comment here. Have your friends, your family, husband, wives, whatever, everyone hey, you like my page. So you can kind of get the ball rolling at the beginning by just getting some free likes like that from friends and family, and be consistent with posting. And I don't know exactly how they decipher who sees it or not, to be honest with you.
And the pay one, you can, what do you call, you can hone into the area that you want. Like for instance, like we say the certain cities with certain number of populations. That one you kind of have a little more control of, like where you want your campaign to go.
On the paid side, you could where did I have it at? So the paid side, you could, I think this one here is Jacksonville. So I got $10 a day. Let me see where I can find this at for you. Here you go. So here's the locations I'm searching here locally: Daytona Beach, Fruit Cove, Gainesville, Jacksonville, Middleburg, Orangeburg. So I'm putting all these cities locally around my area that I want to promote to. So I can target my search there. And I can also do some detailed targeting, which I am doing. And this one. So here I chose to not only, I'm keeping the same area. Now I want to target people who are searching on realtor.com, who are searching for mortgage calculator, who are searching for mortgage loans, anybody who's looking for sell by owner, home improvements, cash out refi, truly a home equity line of credit, real estate appraisal, pre-qualification, right? Anyone who's searching these terms is going to see my ad now because I'm targeting my search towards them. As opposed to this one with no interest, I didn't have anything, and anybody and everybody can see it. This one really narrows down to your search criteria. And there's not very many options, good options, for legal reasons. Facebook can't just put, foreclosure. They can't let you just target pre-foreclosures or whatever. So you kind of get a little bit creative to work around that. But yeah, so that's how I structured that based on the search terms and location. So you can create different, what they call them, ad sets within each with our ads within each campaign. So this is all $10 a day, but it's all targeting different criteria. Does that make sense? So I got 4 different kind of campaigns within one being charged $10 a day.
So
Can you
said
limit
it-
that charge? I'm sorry. Can
Go
you
ahead.
limit that charge? You can make it $10 a day.
Yep, it'll ask you, I think it was on the previous page. Where is it? Where is it? Yes, but somewhere on here, it's going to ask you how much you want to spend per day, and you can put that in there, right there. $10 a
thank
day,
you.
daily budget, $10.
Adel,
Mm-hmm.
big question. This is Paul Gavin.
Yes, sir.
A couple things here. When you were talking or pulling up foreclosures list and auctions and so forth, was that in Dreams or Deal Finder? Where are you finding all this? Is that a separate program or a website you created?
I didn't create this. It's the clerk of the courts here in my local county, Duval County.
So
So
you actually had that site up on your computer and you just clicked on it.
yeah, I have all these things saved because I've just found over time I found them like foreclosures, code enforcements, permits. I can find any liens on properties, and all of this just came over time. Honestly, it's not. I wish there was a central location where it was like, hey, go here, you can find it. It really is just over time exploring the different, because I used to live on these county websites when I first left boot camp and I found out about all this public information. I said, well, why would I ever pay for anyone to give me a list? So I literally started creating my own list out of the county, from probates to foreclosures to liens to divorces to code enforcement, you name it, I found it on here. And in that process, I just discovered a lot of different different websites within it. But I would definitely just Google what county are you in?
I'm in Wisconsin.
Yeah, what county?
Walworth.
Spell it.
WALWORTH.
WAL.
I'm green to all this
Okay.
higher technology, and when you keep whipping out words I'm not familiar with, I have to ask questions.
No. Hey, this is what the call's for. You're good. So simple search of Walworth County, civil process, foreclosure. Again, I can't spend too much time, but just wanted to show you, you just kind of go in here and find open records, civil crime. Again, it's more of a search, more of a search thing. You just kind of got to go through here and figure out where everything is at, but it's definitely going to be somewhere on your county website here.
Okay. All right. Well, I know the clerk of courts, so I can talk with her too.
Yeah. That'll be my recommendation. If you're really interested in exploring all the data that's on here, every courthouse, at least most of them, do have a public records office, and within that office, there's like a computer lab, and there's usually somebody in there bored by themselves. So if you walk in and bring them a coffee or something and tell them, hey man, can you help me out? I'm trying to find X, Y, and Z. Is there anywhere I could find this online? Do I have to come in here?
Okay.
And they'll usually point you in at least the direction where you can find it for the most part. So
okay, well, I was just trying to make sure it wasn't in Dreams or Deal Finder that you were connecting to those.
well, it would probably be in Dreams, under the foreclosures. Now that I did all that stuff before I knew about Dreams and the other platforms you could do lists from. So a lot of this stuff you can find through Dreams, but there's some of it you can't, like probates
Okay.
and some code
Sure.
enforcements, things like that. So
Okay. All right.
another good one is if you go to your local website for whoever your company is that does water and electricity. Here in Jacksonville, it's JEA. And you can request a water shutoff list, basically any addresses that have been shut off due to non-payment, right? And they'll provide you that list as well, which is another good list to go after.
Okay, can I shift gears a little bit and different question?
Yeah, absolutely.
We found a property on Zillow. Is actually right across the Wisconsin state line in Illinois. It's a 20-acre farm with a couple buildings. They're storing boats in there and big house between 3,000 and 4,000 square feet. So I started going through the lead sheet with the owner when she finally answered, and I started getting into the finances, you know, the loan amount and so forth. She says, "Well, you sound like an investor, and you're going to lowball me." And I assured her I wasn't, but she says, "Well, if you want to find that out, talk to my daughter. She's an attorney and a real estate agent." So my question is that something I should really get Barbara on the call with me as my coach?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely encourage you to use the mentor in any capacity that you feel is helpful to you. And that's calling leads, then yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
yeah, it'd be the first one. I've never dealt with a property that value, 1.2 million. So I just thought maybe I'd better have a little more horsepower behind me.
mm, I understand what you're saying, and yeah, get your mentor involved, absolutely. But it's the same process for $1 million house than it is for a
Oh,
$100,000 house. So
yeah, I keep telling people when I build a building, it's the same for a shack as it is for a Taj Mahal, you know?
yeah, yeah, it's true. But I get I'm with you. I was the same way, man. I didn't want to mess with those $1 million ones because it felt like whatever, you know. But eventually, I actually kind of prefer dealing with those over the lower ends, to be honest, because those people, I don't want to be stereotypical, typically are better educated, know the lingo, kind of have their finances together for the most part. You know, not everyone. That's a broad statement, but you know what I mean. They're just typically easier to deal with and talk money with because they understand it more. But yeah, I get your point though. So yeah, but to
Okay.
answer your question, get Barbara involved for sure. Yep. Especially if it's an
Yeah.
agent. She's an agent, so she can talk with her.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm thinking.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I just
Couple
have
questions.
one quick one,
Yep.
Adel, in reference to that ad spend. When you go to your calendar and you had certain days, will it only run those ads certain days? So you could pick like a Tuesday and Thursday, and you could only spend $10 a day on those days?
No, the free stuff you can. There's no cost to it, and you can post as many stuff as you want. There has nothing to do with the paid stuff. That the original free post that I was creating with chat has nothing to do with the paid stuff. It's all separate.
Well, that's what I mean. On the paid one, though,
Oh,
you're spending $10 a day, but you could you go to the calendar and put on those certain days that you only want to spend that $10. Say like you only want to do it like a Tuesday and a Thursday for whatever reason, right? Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I get what you're saying. I guess I don't know why you'd want to do that, but I think you can do that.
Meaning
Um,
if you know $10 a day by 30 days is, I guess it would run it every day for like $300 a month, right? On 30 days.
correct. Yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah.
what my question was.
Oh,
Really.
I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah. No, it's really inexpensive, really, when you think about it. I mean,
Yeah,
even if you did $5 a day, again, you're charged by the impression. So $5 is going to give you less impressions, which is going to equal less leads. But if that's what you can afford, I still think you're going to get a good amount of leads for $5. Like a month, $5 a day for over the course of a month. If you're doing nationwide, let me make that clear. And if you're not, you're still going to get a good amount of leads. I mean, you probably still would get 3 to 5 leads at $5 a day locally, or 3 to 5 a month. I'm sorry, not a day, 3 to 5 a month. At $5, and that's just me guessing. It could be more, just
right.
based off what I got. But
And that's just a budget, pretty much a budget question. So I could budget for what I
yeah, whatever.
budget.
If you want to do 300 divided by 30 and put that by day, if you want to spend 500, if you want to spend 100, whatever that number is divided by 30 days, and it will give you a price per day that you can spend. You can do 7, you can do 9. It doesn't have to be some even number. You can do 6, whatever that number is. You can do.
Right.
Facebook will take your money, I'm sure.
It's better than nothing out there. So
I
whatever.
agree. I think
Right.
it's very easy to set up and very cheap to do. So I think so far I have nothing but positive feedback except for the locations I'm getting. Outside of that, it's been positive. So that's an easy fix.
Paul again.
Yes, sir.
Impression is like a capture. Is that the same thing?
An impression would be, hey, you're scrolling and my ad pops up. Whether you stop there or not, whether you click it, that's an impression. You saw my ad. So for every
Oh, okay.
eyeball, every set of eyeballs that see it is an impression in a sense. Think of it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's The capture is when you actually go in and start filling something out.
Oh, when you capture, yes, sir. Yeah, yeah. They click the ad, then you've captured that lead. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you got it.
Very good. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Patty asked in the chat, can you send out a replay? Yeah, we can. I just don't know. Email, and I know I say it all the time, and I need to figure out this is the best option. But email ask@ronlegrand.com. It's in the chat. Should be able to get you that replay. I know I'm new to this. When you say more chat, when you say the more you chat, the more it fills in about you. So we are the chat. It is searching. Paul, I didn't understand the question there about the chat.
Oh, you kept referring to chat when you were trying to develop a page or a and you kept saying that the more, well, it fills in information about you.
Yeah.
But where does it get that information from?
From you.
I mean, do I have to put it into that particular program, or is it something that's in it's capturing something from Facebook or what?
Oh, no, Chat GPT is
Chat
just
GPT.
yeah, I'm sorry. I was just saying chat. I apologize. I'm just chat. When I say chat, I meant Chat GPT. The more information, the more you work with it, it's going to figure out your name, what you do for a living, because you're using it to do your daily tasks, probably in work and personal. So it starts to pick up that stuff. So you don't necessarily have to be so detailed after a few weeks of like, hey, my company name is X, my name is this, make me blah blah blah. It kind of knows that stuff after a couple weeks of working with it.
I see. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Super. Thank you.
Good question. You're welcome. Dan, replay request. That answered that. Adel, please example search in New Hampshire or New region. I can do this in our call. I got the information from you today, so I'll be calling you later this afternoon and we'll talk about it. Any other questions here from the group, or anything you'd like me to cover or go into more detail about?
Adel, sorry, I had to step out.
No problem.
I was the one that first asked about the replay request because you went over some stuff that I think I need to see it several times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you say that you would send a replay out?
If you can email, I put it in the chat there, ask at ronlegrand.com, and just say, hey, can I have the recording from Adel's weekly call today? They should send it to you.
Okay.
I do believe it's just the audio. It's not the video, I think. The last time I got one.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's not, I don't believe it's the whole Zoom, because that's like me too. That's the important stuff, what you showed everybody with the.
Yeah, they probably sent you the wrong one because there's two different files
that
download. You guys have my email. If you need it, just if you're not getting the answer, just adel@ronlegrand.com. You can email it. I can get you the link too. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So I put if you're not getting it, ask at Ron Legrand. But if you're not getting it, then just message me and I'll find. I just can't give it to you now because I'm in it. I'm in the video. So awesome. Well, any other kind of pressing questions? Anything that you guys want to see covered in the next few weeks, the next few calls that maybe we haven't gotten in depth about and you'd like to, or would you like me to, I don't know, do something different? Any kind of a feedback on that?
You're always very, very informative. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And
Eddie, call seller. Okay.
What I would like is you had a call I think it was a couple of weeks ago. I was on a call and you were doing with one of the students, you were doing a seller call, and that was kind of cool. Yeah, I like that.
Like the role playing stuff. Yeah, and Eddie just here said call sellers. Okay, I can. The problem with calling sellers live like this is that I can't guarantee pickups, right? And I've tried it a few times, and sometimes it works out really well, and people are answering, and cause I don't mind doing it. I just want to prepare you guys that it could be also an extremely boring hour of watching me make phone calls and leaving voicemails, right? So I'll do it.
Well,
I have no problem doing that. So
like I said, the student that you role played with was very good. So maybe
yeah, I
one
think it
of
was
us could
Michael.
do it.
Yeah, I think it was Michael. He was a great
Yes.
seller. There you
Yeah, that
go.
was an excellent performance.
Yeah, got it. Well, I can definitely do that if you guys want to do it now. We got some time, or if you want to set up a time next time, I can have again, my idea was to explain what the dialer is, because a lot of people don't know what that is, how it works, and then I can turn it on. I have two screens and take calls while still kind of talking, right? Because that'll be easy. It'll be better than just watching me. I can go over something, have the dialer going, and then take calls in between. It's just going to be kind of popping up here and there. So that was kind of my original idea, and I can definitely do that if you guys think it's something you want to see.
Adel, I have a suggestion.
Okay.
I knew we flew through that setting up your business account, everything on Facebook.
Yeah.
And, how about like a video series, like video 1 is from the start, let's do this. Then that would be today's topic. And then video 2 and number them. This way we could either get copies of them or go back if we miss any.
Yeah.
It's just a suggestion. I mean,
no.
It's
it's exactly kind of what I'm doing now, and just going to have it as one thing.
Yeah, right.
To release. Yes, yeah. I'm with you though. Yeah.
Cause
I'm currently trying to make videos on how to create the content, is how we just went over. So you can have a video about that. How I made the video, how I made the pictures, then how I set up, then a separate section of like running free ads, how to post and do all that with the free stuff, and then
right.
have one with the paid and walk through that. So yeah,
I
I've
mean, I
gotten
know it's a lot of work, and because I obviously flew through it, so it's like, oh man, if you miss one part, then you don't get to the next part.
yeah,
It's like
I get it.
just a slower rate where I could just pick it up and
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
that.
That's how I learned. I watch videos too, so I get you.
Right.
And I had to go back a few times and all that stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I am working on that.
Okay, but it's
Yes.
just good where somebody actually shows you and then you
Yeah.
do it, like one part of it. Then maybe if I miss a week for whatever reason, I could come back to that number 2, and then I didn't miss anything.
Yeah. No, I got you. It's in the works.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But I will make sure next week I am prepared and set up to do some calls. That's for sure. Now that I see people are kind of gearing towards that, wanting to see that. So I will make sure next week I am prepared to do it. Not a problem. Helps me out.
Yeah.
I mean, it helps me. I get to do some of my work and on top of it. So no, I definitely could do that. That's a good idea. Any other things you guys would want to see or walk through?
And next week would be on Thursday instead of
Yes,
Wednesday.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's usually on Thursdays, and we have a 2-day event tomorrow and Friday that I'm going to be pretty much a part of. But yes, ma'am. Next Thursday. Catherine asked here, where do you get the chat bot? Yeah, that's a good question. That's my next my next plan. My next plan of action is to figure that out. So I'll let you know when I figure. I mean, I kind of know what they are. I just don't know how to set them up and do all that stuff yet. So I'm not quite there yet, but I am working on. My goal for all of this at the end of the day is to try and set up a business where I don't have to do anything or very, very little. I just want to talk to sellers who want to talk to me and do that. So it's been a little bit of a challenge for me because I'm so used to being really, really heavily involved in making 20, 30, 40 calls a day, following up. And now I've kind of had to like automate some stuff, and it's been a little bit difficult for me to to release it, but I'm trying to see how it goes. And but that's the goal, right? Just to really talk to people every day who have already been pre-screened, and you're just making that call, just like Ron teaches at the end of the day. So I'm working towards that goal. And it's possible. It just takes time. Takes some time. So
The less
keep
you do, the
working.
more you make.
Yes, yeah. And the more I'm with them, the more I see it's true.
Ask Tony Pearl. He's my mentor. He is good with all that stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he's making one right now, and he's working on that a long, long time. So
The chat bot.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
doing that right now. Yep.
Yeah. I know Brian Hansen and Francis, the AI guys that are here within do the events. They have a pretty cool one. So I'm get trying to coerce them to just doing it for me. So we'll see. I'm still working on that one. No, but I like doing it myself at the beginning, figure it out, go through the hurdles of it, and then you can kind of pawn it off to somebody else eventually, right? But I like to have an idea of at least the foundation of how to do it. So in the event of that person ever disappears, which we all know is probably likely going to happen at one point or another, I'm not left with like, holy crap, what do I do next type deal. So that's how I look at it. Go through a little bit of pain for a few weeks to learn it, and then after that, it's a skill that you never lose.
I'm sorry, I think I missed the part where you actually got the chat bot. Is that contained within Facebook?
I don't have a chat bot as of right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
Oh, I
you
was
said
talking
in the
about chat
beginning.
chat GPT.
Oh, okay. Very
Yeah, that's
different.
just that. Yeah, that's just a
Okay.
website, chat GPT. Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
AI
yeah.
thing. Yeah, that's what. But I am working on the chat bot. So yeah, I am very interested in that, and I will figure that out here, hopefully by end of the year sometime. My plan, have that ready. All great questions today. I appreciate everyone coming. If nobody has any other questions, when we got time. So if you have anything else, anything and everything, this is now the time.
I do real quick, Adel, and you
Mhm.
probably said this and I missed it, but when you get the leads, when you're getting leads that are coming through on the Facebook or Instagram, how are you following up on those leads? Based on the questions you're saying, I know you had specific questions that kind
Yeah,
of let you know if they're actually a good lead or not.
yeah.
Then how are you kind of following up on that?
So if they get through the whole survey, then it prompts them to schedule a call with me based on when my calendar is available. I've linked my calendar to it so it won't double schedule and all that other stuff. So that's the ultimate goal for me, is to have, in my ideal world, hey, I got 5 calls today with people who want to talk to me, right? So if they don't, if I just get their information on it and I don't have the survey, then I just hit them on the phone, hit them text. Um, New lead, I'll probably call 4 to 5 times in a row, 4 to 5 days in a row. I call it 3 by 3, right? Call, voicemail, text. I'll do that for 4 or 5 days in a row every day. Call, voicemail, text, call, voicemail, text, see if I can get them on the phone. Week 2, I'll tend to go drop that down to probably 3 times a week, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'll try and hit them again as many times as I can. And that period, and then that just slowly goes down over the course of the next few weeks. Maybe it's 2 times a week, then 1 time a week. And I've had leads where they've entered in, and 6 months later, I've never got them on the phone. They haven't returned my message. I'm like, well, then I may mark that person as dead and just move on, right? Or sometimes I'll just leave it in the system to call every month. What's to harm me? If I'm not gonna, sometimes they pick up. So I'm really passionate about follow-up, because I do think it's really the piece that's most important, that's not talked about a lot. The majority of your deals are going to come from follow-up. Like very rarely are you going to get a call, go to the house tomorrow and get the contract. Can it happen? Absolutely. That's happened to me. Yeah, it does happen. But the majority, 80%, are going to come between that 5th touch and 12th touch, meaning call, voicemail, email, text. All those are touches. So knowing that, I'm going to have to talk to this person at least between 5 and 12 times, or not talk to them, contact them somehow 5 or 12 times. My follow-up process is just to get as many touches as I can in the shortest amount of time, period. Because after I get the answer that, hey, I'm interested in selling, now my focus, and then I'm going to get some questions about the condition of the house, the time frame I'm looking to sell, and obviously the price. If all those things check out, then my focus goes from the house to the person, right? Because now I've got the numbers, they all make sense, but I know that that seller is not going to sell to somebody who they don't know, who they don't like, and who they don't trust. They're only going to sell to people who they know, like, and trust, period. So after I got the information, to the answers that they gave me made them worth my time. Now I know, hey, I'm going to spend some more time on this lead because I got the initial answers. Now I'm going to focus on what is causing them the distress, the pain. What do they need? What time frame? What's going on in their situation? I'm trying to develop a relationship with this lead, because remember, they're getting multiple calls, multiple messages, multiple mailings every single week as well. So I just continue to hit them and have conversations. I pick up things they say. If they have a dog in the background, if they have a kid, if they're at the doctor's office, if they're at work, I take note of all those things during the call. So in the next call I have with them, setting it up, I can ask about those things. So it becomes more friendly. Oh, how's your dog? Oh, you were in the hospital last time we talked. Is everything okay? Right? It becomes more personal now, right? And at the end of every call, I always end the call with when do you suggest I call you back? All right. Or, hey, I'm going to be calling you back in about a month. Is that okay with you? Right. I want to get that permission. So when I call back again, I can always say, hey, we talked last month. You told me to give you a call back now. I'm just checking in. I know you weren't ready then, blah, 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 and have that conversation. So I'm always setting up my next call because I know it's going to take multiple. So that's why I said it goes from a lot of people are pushy on the phone and really we call it commission breath, right? Or like we're whining. We're on kind of one of the 14 mistakes because we're just so focused on the deal. I need a deal. Take that out of your mind. Focus on how you can help this person. What situation are they in? And can you even help this person? Sometimes you can't. We can't buy every house, right? So can I solve this person's problems by either buying it cash or terms, or maybe if I'm an agent listing it? And if I can, then I can try to structure the conversations around to how I can best serve them or best help them out of that situation. So long-winded answer. I told you I'm passionate about follow-up. I think it's super important, like really important. And I can show you some examples of leads I followed up with for 6, 8, 12 months. Right. That's what it takes. This one we're closing on today, she called June 10th. Today we're closing on 10/16. So that's a normal cycle of a lead. So when you rephrase your mindset behind follow up and not around the business of like, because right now all of us are new, we're getting leads, and we're basically, here's a good example that one of my mentors used on me that I stuck with me forever. So if you went to the mall and you found every good looking guy that you saw and we're like, hey, will you marry me? Or girl, whatever. Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me? Will you marry me? You're just walking up to them. Of course, they're going to say no. And you might find one that says yes. Who knows? But would you want to, So that's what we're doing on the phone. Will you send me your house? 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 Well, low ball offer right here. They don't know you. That's never going to work. And it's a loop of frustration for a lot of people because they think they're doing something wrong, but you're not doing anything wrong. You're just not being patient. You're just not working the lead. Right. So super important to when you find that person, you're not going to ask them to marry you on date 1. What are you going to do? Date 1, you're going to go out. You're going to get to know each other. Date 2, date 5, date 6. You're going to grow with each other to get to the point where it's marriage. Right. Same thing with the house thing. You're going to get to know this person over the course of a few months. So when they make that decision, because you can't force them to sell, they are going to sell when they're ready to sell. The only thing you can do is be in the forefront when they make that decision. And that's all you want to do on the follow-up is stay top of mind. They don't answer for three months in a row. Leave a voicemail and leave your text. I promise. I've had so many calls. Hey, Adel, I got your voicemails. I'm sorry, I've been busy. Blah blah blah. They're getting them. Like they're getting. Everyone reads their text and reads their voicemail and listen to voicemail. So just getting in that pattern of really focusing on developing relationships with the people who deserve your time. I don't want to do that to everybody. Someone tells me I want all cash and I want over ARV and I'm not going to take, and they have kick rocks, right? But the ones who are, if they're talking your language and you have a good feeling about it, yeah, that's the ones I'm going to invest my time with in the follow up. So, sorry, long-winded answer, but I hope that answered your question.
Yes, it did. Thanks, and a lot of
Yeah,
good examples and
yeah,
information there. So
yeah.
appreciate it.
You're welcome. This message is for Nick. Can you send me a link for Go Club? Every link, Nick. Jerome, Nick. I don't know if Nick's on the call. What Nick are you talking about, Jerome? Jerome, you there? If you're there, Jerome, you're on mute. Can't hear you. All right. Well, any more questions from anybody about anything?
No, I was just going to say, Adel, that's a great tip. The first call is to make it about the house, and everything after, make it about the person. I will not forget that.
Yeah.
And then, when I first started calling sellers, it's like, I had to separate them from a want to sell, they have their hand up, to a need to sell. So
Yeah.
that's another one of those tips that you just mentioned. That's awesome. Make it about the
Yeah.
person after the first call. I love that.
Yeah, it serves me well. It takes the pressure off of you from the calls, because you're not trying to get a deal. You're just trying to see if I'm just providing options for you, right? The deal that we closed here, quick overview. She called on June 10th. We had a conversation. She's going through she's very sick. Her husband has cancer. They're moving to the West Coast. I need to move. I got to move urgently, blah, blah, blah. She's crying, almost crying to me on the phone, basically that first call. And I explained to her what terms is. She had never heard of it. She said, wow, this might actually work for us. It could be a good solution for us. And that's why I was like, oh, all right, cool. You don't get those every day. So hell yeah.
Yeah.
So kept in touch with her, kept following up. After the initial call, I called her a couple times that week. We had some more conversations. And then she hit me with, yeah, I talked to my husband about it. I think we're just going to list it. Right. And this is when a lot of people go into defense mode. No, don't list it. Oh, no, well, I can offer you blah, blah. Great. I would say thanks. I mean, I would say awesome. That is probably your best option. It's a beautiful house in a beautiful neighborhood, and you probably would walk away with the most amount of money in the cash relisting the property. I'm going to keep in touch with you over the next few weeks. I'm sure it's going to work out for you. In the event that it doesn't, I'd love to be a plan B. Boom. I'm not going to create friction in the conversation. I'm not going to argue with her. She made her decision. That's fair enough. Good for her. She made the decision that's best for her, and I have to respect that. Fine. A month later, call her back. Yeah, we're on the contract. I think we're closing, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, well, when are you closing? Oh, in a couple weeks. Okay, I'm going to call you back around that time just to make sure. Sure enough, around that same time, she calls me. And I know when I see that that phone ringing, and I know it's her, I said, it's my deal now. It's over. Right now you're calling me. It's mine. She calls me, hey, in a panic. We're supposed to close tomorrow. The guy who was the buyer is now trying to change the price and the terms, and I don't like this. And I just are you still open to buying it? We're already moved out. At that point, what do I have to do? Nothing. I just show up to the house at that point and get the contract, right? Where you saw the video, right? Ron was in the house or whatever. You negotiate and get a deal. So that was just a course of like following up, knowing that there's a lot of sketchy people out there. Anytime someone tells me they're under contract, doesn't make me think any different, right? Contracts fall out all the time. All the time. Retail and off market are canceled every day. So I'm gonna keep calling my leads until they tell me to stop calling. And even then I might still call a few months later, or they tell me the house is sold. That's the only time I'm ever going to stop calling. Or, there's outliers where if you've talked to somebody, if you've called somebody for 10 months or 11 months and they have never picked up the phone, all right, well, maybe we give up on that one. But for the most part, until they tell me to stop calling or the house is sold, I'm just going to keep calling, because I look at it as like this. What's one extra call for me today? Knowing that they're probably not even going to answer. Right? The majority of them don't even answer. So what is 10 more seconds of ringing for me? Right? That's how I look at follow-up. It's just a call, just a text. What does it hurt? Right? So
Adele?
yes.
It's the contracts with the realtors, the seller can not fire them, but they can close the contract anytime they want. Is that true or no? Or is it just regional areas?
No, you can cancel anytime you want. There might be some language in some realtor contracts that say, hey, you can cancel, but if you sell the house in the next whatever, I get a certain percentage or something. But for the most part, yeah, you just call them and cancel.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Jerome, I don't have a camera mic set up. Oh, okay, Jerome. I'll get the message over to Nick. There you go, Alfredo. Thank you, Alfredo. Yeah, call that number. And I will forward over to Nick as well. Oh, Nick, can you send me a link for the club? Yeah, I had a student who sent me the same thing about the error with that link. So it might be something going on, Jerome. So I'll find out for you. All right. I thought that was a pretty good call today, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And if you guys, I got a little bit more time. If you have more questions, if not, I definitely will plan on making some calls next week. So if nobody answers, I'm blaming you guys. Don't blame me if it's boring. All right. All right. See you guys next week.
See you in a few
All
minutes.
right. Bye. Yeah.
All
See
right,
ya.
thanks.